How to hike the Pacific Crest Trail, a comprehensive guide. Hiking the Pacific Crest Trail can be a life-changing adventure, but it requires careful planning and preparation. In this comprehensive guide, we will provide you with everything you need to know to successfully hike the Pacific Crest Trail, including gear, food, water, permits, and more. Introduction. The Pacific Crest Trail is one of the most iconic long-distance hiking trails in the world, stretching over 2,650 miles from the border of Mexico to Canada through California, Oregon, and Washington. Hiking the Pacific Crest Trail can be a life-changing adventure, but it requires careful planning and preparation. In this comprehensive guide, we will provide you with everything you need to know to successfully hike the Pacific Crest Trail. Just imagine, you're hiking up a mountain 750 kilometers from where you started in Mexico. After 2 months of hard work in the desert heat, you can feel every rock you've climbed, every switchback you've taken, and every mountain pass you've crossed. But the rising peak serves as a reminder that you still have over 1,900 miles of hiking across 2 more states and innumerable hurdles of terrain and weather to face. How difficult is it to hike the Pacific Crest Trail, the longest trail in the United States, from end to end? Perseverance, and a lot of passion. Where is the Pacific Crest Trail? Known as the PCT, this trail spans 2,650.10 miles across Oregon, Washington, and California, extending all the way up to the northern Canadian border from the southern Mexican border. 4 to 6 months of backpacking is required, step by step, via a series of national parks and wilderness areas. More or less 5 million people. In addition, the trail passes through some of Earth's most diverse ecosystems, from the scorching Mojave Desert to the snowy granite peaks of the Sierra Nevada. Then, we went volcano hopping in northern Oregon before making our way slowly north through Washington's breathtaking Cascade Mountains and into Canada. Learn about the essential knowledge, terrain, and weather preparations for tackling this challenging through hike in 2022 and beyond. What to expect on the Pacific Crest Trail. The landscape of the trail, just as the elevation changes, so do the trail's landscape and ecology. Temperatures in the desert can reach 90 degrees one day and drop to the low 30s the next at an altitude of 9,000 feet. It's crucial to get ready for the daily, and sometimes hourly, shifts that occur. Only 170 feet above sea level is where the trail's lowest point is found, the Columbia River Gorge on the border of Oregon and Washington. The Sierra Nevada range in California has Forester Pass, which is the highest point in the United States at an altitude of 13,200 feet. Because of the extreme swings, you could suffer from altitude sickness in the morning and heat exhaustion in the afternoon. The weather along the PCT. The weather also undergoes rapid and dramatic shifts. While the desert heats up to dangerous levels during the day, temperatures can drop to freezing at night. Temperatures can vary widely from over 90 degrees to below freezing, with snow even in the summer months, in the highest altitudes of the Sierra Nevada and Cascades. The variety is thrilling, but no matter where you are on the trail or what time of year it is, you should be ready for rain, sleet, snow, lightning, hail, or anything in between. How to sleep on the trail. What you bring with you determines where you can sleep. The majority of campers prepare for any eventuality by bringing a tent, a sleeping bag, and a sleeping pad. Weekly, hikers will come across a road or highway where they may hitch into a town and spend the night at a motel or hostel. But know that most communities don't have much beyond the grocery shop and petrol station. Hitchhiking is popular near the path, but it's not a good idea. Hitchhikers should know that they are accepting a potentially major risk in exchange for a minor reward. How to prepare for your hike on the Pacific Crest Trail. When to start your hike. The timing is critical whether you're hiking south to north, the more common direction, or north to south. Hikers beginning their journey north must do it between the months of March and late May, as the Pacific Crest Trail Association cancels all northern through hiker permits beginning in June. The snowpack in Washington's North Cascades determines when the southbound season can begin. However, departure dates fall anywhere from early June to September, subject to further permission restrictions. How to get a PCT permit. The application process for a permit is almost as daunting as hiking the trail's 2,650.10 kilometers. The National Forest has not only restricted the total number of permits issued but also closed the permitting process for a significant portion of the year. The 50 daily spaces available to northern hikers from March 1st through May 31st are gone the moment permit applications go live. Early registration for this year began on November 9, 2021, with regular registration commencing on January 11, 2022. During the months of June 15 through July 31, and August 1 through September 15, the daily allotment of permits for southbound through hikers is capped at 15. Since the spread of COVID-19, Canadian borders have been closed to hikers. Northern Terminus hikers start their journey in the opposite direction of the more common southern hikers, who head east from Manning Park in British Columbia. Canadian visa availability is currently limited. Planning your start date early gives you the best chance of getting your preferred permit date, as only 8,000 permits are issued annually for the Pacific Crest Trail. If your desired start date or any other day within the permit window is sold out, you can check with PCTA.org to see if any cancellations have been made. Despite the absence of a waiting list, those who plan to hike the PCT in the future must first apply for a permit from the Pacific Crest Trail Association. Fire permits. Finally, if you plan on using a campfire or stove while out on the path, you'll need to get a fire permit. Each hiker should be aware of the fire restrictions in effect at their current trail site, which may vary depending on drought or fire conditions. How to train for your hike. Preparing for months of hiking with exercises, stretches, and other workout regimens can be beneficial. In order to become in shape, many thru hikers choose to run on trails. You can prepare your body and mind for the 8 to 10 hours of hiking per day on the path by logging a couple of miles each day in the months leading up to your hike, with gradual mileage gains monthly. Yoga and other forms of stretching can prevent muscle strain and make it simpler to get around. Most hikers' days are cut short by blisters and muscle rips, but both are easily avoided, and even helped along, with some light stretching before and after the hike. Training the mind is crucial, though. A lack of motivation to reach the US-Mexico border will render useless any amount of physical preparation or hiking expertise. Many people don't realize how much dedication and commitment it takes to finish the path. Keep in mind and act on your motivation, which could be anything that got you started. It will have a huge impact on your trekking experience and your satisfaction once you reach your destination. What skills are needed for the PCT? As unbelievable as it may sound, all you really need is some familiarity with camping and backpacking basics. On the path, you will meet other thru hikers with whom you may relate and share stories of hardship and physical endurance. Plan ahead by picking up some basic first aid and map reading skills. If you want a pleasant hiking experience, you should take the time to properly distribute your pack's weight. Having an understanding of your physical abilities is the most valuable ability you can bring with you. Your cruise control will remain steady if you are aware of your physical and mental limits. What to bring on the PCT? The success or failure of your journey depends on more than just your physical fitness and ability to keep to a schedule. It also depends on the quality of the equipment you bring along. Have on hand a warm sleeping bag, a sleeping pad, and a backpack that can hold several liters of gear. For weather protection, you can set up a tent or a lightweight PV, which is more compact than a tent but still provides shelter. It covers roughly the same footprint as your sleeping bag. Packing a raincoat, down jacket, extra socks, trekking poles, hat, sunglasses, trail shoes, backpacking stove, water filter, headlamp, and base layers is a must. Cotton is not recommended since it does not wick away sweat, adding weight to your already heavy gear and increasing the risk of hypothermia. How to eat on the trail. You will need to navigate to the several villages along the road to stock up on food. You can send yourself boxes before you go and pick them up at any of the post offices, and you can also stock up on groceries at the businesses you'll be passing. Instant meals, mashed potatoes, noodles, and oatmeal may all be packed out with a basic and lightweight stove suited for heating water. As well as energy bars, chips, nuts, fruit, and candies, a stove is useful for brewing tea and coffee. There are brooks and lakes en route, from which one can collect water. In order to prevent illness from parasites like Giardia or H. pylori found in water, you will need to employ a filtration system. If you decide to hitchhike, know that the locals have a great appreciation for hikers and will likely be happy to help you get to town. How to get to the Pacific Crest Trail? There are a number of large airports within a day's drive of the trailhead. For hikers heading south, the trailhead is in Seattle, which is closer to Canada than San Diego, while for those heading north, San Diego serves as the southern terminus and is closest to the Mexican border. Combined with the nearby international airports in Tijuana, Mexico, and Vancouver, British Columbia, connectivity to even more outlying areas is possible from larger cities like Portland, San Francisco, and Los Angeles, which are near the path, the Pacific Crest Trail and COVID-19. In an effort to contain the COVID-19 outbreak, residents in off-the-beaten-path communities may be restricting their movement. Keep this in mind if you plan on visiting any of these places, and make use of any and all CDC resources available to you. Here you can find the PCTA's hiking advice throughout the epidemic as well. One possible option to reduce your environmental impact is to send your own food to post offices along the trail and pick it up there. If you really must shop at the local grocery store, we ask that you do so while showing proper deference to the residents of these quaint mountain and desert hamlets. Conclusion: hiking the Pacific Crest Trail is a challenging but rewarding experience that requires careful planning and preparation. By following the tips and advice in this comprehensive guide, you can ensure that your journey is a safe and enjoyable one. From selecting the right gear to planning your resupply strategy, we've covered everything you need to know to hike the Pacific Crest Trail with confidence. So get ready to lace up your hiking boots and embark on the adventure of a lifetime.